Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to the exhibition commemorating and celebrating the independence days of Malta and India. India, as you know, got its independence from the British on 15 August 1947, whilst Malta got its independence from the British on 21st September 1964. The photos which you are about to see show snapshots from these two great events. I hereby invite the High Commissioner of Malta, His Excellency Mr. Reuben Gauci, the Chairman of the Confederation of Young Leaders, Mr. Diplomatist, and Mr. Rajesh Goyal, Chairman IIP Academy, to cut the ribbon and inaugurate the event. Ladies and gentlemen, I now invite your good sleeves to stand to attention for the national anthem of Malta and India.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you very much, everyone. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let us now light the oil lamp to shape light and harmony on this harmonious exhibition for two harmonious and peaceful countries, Malta and India.
I think Parvati Kanti.
You did it? You have to.
Feminine touch.
Your Excellency, the Learned High Commissioner of Malta, Mr. Reuben Gauci, Madam Gauci, Mr. Rajesh Goyal ji, Parul ji, Kanti ji, Amitabh ji, Atul ji. I think a lot of familiar faces we are meeting after a span of more than 700 days. So it is indeed a great occasion as well as an auspicious day that today two great nations, friendly nations, fraternal nations, India and Malta, have joined hands together to organize this wonderful photo exhibition to commemorate and observe the 57th anniversary of the independence of Malta. We are aware, friends, that India and Malta signed the diplomatic pact. Soon Malta got its independence. I think it's a long shared history, and today's photographs that have been exhibited at this beautiful art gallery of the Indian Institute of Photography, thanks to the grateful assistance of its learned chairman, Mr. Rajesh Goyal ji, for providing this wonderful opportunity to host this program. I believe that this program is the first leap towards the larger leaps that need to be taken to promote the people to people, the culture to culture, the scientific technological relationship and the blend between India and Malta. So I take this occasion as an opportunity to further renew our cooperation with our distinguished partner, the High Commission of Malta in India, and obviously Ambassador, the High Commissioner, Mr. Reuben Gauci, happens to be a great friend of the Confederation, and he has been part of a lot of our engagements, both virtually and physically. And obviously, Madam needs no introduction. I think she's a great friend of CYL as well as a great friend of India. She's an ardent follower of yoga, yogic tradition, spirituality. I think that it is the right time that we honor her commitment to the cause of the India-Malta blend. So with these words, I once again welcome all the distinguished guests, friends from the media, participants, and people from all walks of life who have gathered here to celebrate this momentous occasion. Thank you, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Chairman Mr. Suman sir, for your insightful remarks. We are well aware of your support for Malta-India friendship. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now have the honor to invite the High Commissioner of Malta, His Excellency Mr. Reuben Gauci, to deliver his keynote address.
Thank you very much. As they said, I am Reuben Gauci, the High Commissioner of Malta in India. It is my greatest pleasure to be here with you today. This impressive audience brought to us by the Confederation of Young Leaders. When the hymn, the national anthem of Malta, was being played, just for your information, it was written before we attained independence. One of the words in the hymn is a prayer to God to give reason to those who colonize the place, Yahkima. In fact, we have discussions now whether we should change that word from our national anthem. Because as I said, it was written before independence. Now, both, when we mention people-to-people relations, finally I think people, what they love most is freedom. And when we talk about independence, we are talking about freedom. Now, in Malta, we actually have 3 national days. Actually, we have more. No, we have more, 5. But Independence Day is the most regarded by the Maltese government. We attained independence on the 21st of September 1964. Then we became a republic on the 13th of December 1974. We also have our Victory Day on the 8th of September. It goes back to our siege against the Turks in 1565, against the Ottomans in 1565. We have also the 7th of June 1921, where the Maltese fought for their first race of freedom, and in fact after this sort of revolution we got our internal government, and later on in 64 we became fully independent and my ministry was born, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. You cannot have a country, so it's actually, you know, independence, if we go back to independence, it's literally thanks to the independents that are here today as High Commissioner. You cannot have a Ministry of Foreign Affairs without a country being independent. And finally, the last day which I would like to mention, which is our 5th National Day, is the 31st of March, 1979. I was already born before our Freedom Day, when the British fleet left Malta, and that's why we call it Freedom Day, because finally we became totally free. But freedom starts with independence. You know, when we grow up, we want our independence. Why? Because we want our freedom. And this is the way countries function as well. Finally, we're talking about people to people. What is a country if not its people? The people who inhabit the land, but finally, it's the people, as the Americans like to say, we the people. And this is the situation with us today. I was very, very happy. I arrived here with my family a little bit more than a year ago, in September 2020. And Suan, when did we meet? Immediately, I think. You immediately contacted me, and we had online meetings.
Right.
We are also planning very soon a meeting between Maltese youths and Indian youths. And talking about independence, very important. What does it mean? It means the country running itself. It means the country leading itself. And here we are, the Confederation of Young Leaders. Because finally, once more, it's the young who are the leaders of tomorrow. It's the young who are the leaders of an independent country. They are the ones who should be and who are and who will eventually be the leaders of an independent country. So I think sharing this occasion with you, most especially the Confederation of Young Leaders, is very symbolic, because you cannot have an independent country without leaders. Just to speak a little bit about the exhibition here, as Swan, I believe, mentioned, this would be the 57th anniversary of our independence. In the case of India, you had the 74th anniversary, which led to the 75th year, which in 15th of August coming will be the 75th anniversary. So we are planning with the numbers 7 and the numbers 5. And so here we are with the photos. I mean, I can explain to you a little bit the Maltese ones. The Prime Minister who got independence for Malta is the Honourable George Olivier. I remember very well his funeral in 1981. He was very well loved, very, very sophisticated person, very caring. In fact, once there is a story about him that there was a worker who did something, not exactly right, and they told him, fire him. And then George Olivier said, but he has a family, no? Yes, so don't fire him. He was a very, very caring person. Over there, that's another, so just there, that's Prince Philip, incidentally, who left us quite recently, with George Olivier in 1964 during the independence ceremony. The Union Jack going down and the Maltese flag going up. We see a lot of similarities. And something which I would also like to say is that India was one of the first countries to recognize Malta as an independent country. In fact, our diplomatic relations with India go back to March 1965. And as I said, our independence was in September 1964. So a question of months. And one of the largest countries in the world, India, is already recognizing us.
I request all esteemed guests on the list to rotate the toast of friendship. To raise the toast, yeah, please.
So, what can I say? I mean, I've spoken a lot already. To Malta and India relations, in Maltese we say Viva Malta. Here you say Jai Hind.
I will also try to say something in
Yes, of
Hindi.
course.
Excuse me, I have just started learning. So if I do any mistake, excuse me please, in advance. Bharat aur Malta bahut dost hain.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your insightful words. Ladies and gentlemen, before we proceed for the tour of the art exhibition and the gallery, may I have the honor to invite Mr. Rajesh Goyal, the chairman of IIP Academy, to deliver his brief remark on this auspicious occasion.
Thank you, Excellency. Welcome and congratulations from IIP management, faculty and students of the Institute. 57th Independence Day, which is today, and we welcome you to the Academy. It is a very amazing feeling for us here, the students and everybody, to having you with us today, and we are seeing a lot of pictures, and that we are going to decode the story behind within a day or two. And thank you for choosing IIP. Thank you, Himadrish.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chairman Mr. Goyal, for your warm remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to request our esteemed guests to take a walk of the art exhibition. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.